So hey, if anybody's here, bear with me for a few minutes while I try to get some stuff set up here. I see one issue I'm going to have. We'll see. We're probably going to have some focusing issues because unfortunately, like when I video, I can freeze the stream and kind of keep it from autofocusing. But for this, I'm not going to be able to do that. I just noticed. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to want to probably keep autofocusing on my hands, which we don't want to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Looks like Happy Place Camping's in here. I'm also having to look at the chat on my laptop because my phone is the one that's actually going live. So I'm using YouTube and not StreamYard. So Felix, can you hear me okay? Can you see the paper? Right now I'm just seeing ads, so let me know how that goes. It's all sideways, and I can't fix that, which is going to be really annoying because my phone is actually not that way. Let's see what happens if I flip it. I don't want to go that way. Does that help? No. So that's a bummer because I'm actually filming the right way, but it's not going to be right. I'm not sure what I can do about that because y'all are going to watch me paint everything sideways. Any ideas for me? Because I don't know how else to... I look at it and it looks right. Turn off the auto landscape mode so when you turn it sideways it will show the widescreen. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Because right now as I do it, like this is the bottom. So y'all are going to be seeing everything sideways. Unless I want to paint it sideways. I couldn't. No, that's not going to work. Alright, so on Android, I just pull it down from the top and have a little button that I hit to turn it off. Hey everyone, bear with me because I have my phone correct, but for some reason, it's going to have you guys look at it sideways. So bear with me. I'm going to take my phone off the thing. If you get dizzy, I am sorry. Let's see. No, that's not it. See, I have it sideways, but right now, if I do it this way, I mean, I'm still stuck in portrait. I guess I could do that and unzoom. Again, I'm sorry. I don't want to make anybody nauseous. Ugh. Now I'm all wonky. Don't you hate it when you're wonky? Maybe that'll work a little better. And y'all wonder why I haven't done this live. It ain't because I hadn't tried. So, I'm gonna move that back. Because that's just horrible. I'll put you up here. Now I just have a crazy shadow. work? If y'all hear a big crash, you would die laughing right now if you saw how I have this light. So it's there. It's just not, y'all are not going to get a good up close and personal, and I'm sorry, but if I zoom in, I'll probably zoom in a little bit. Let's see. No, too much. Too much. Houston, we have a problem. I'm sorry. I am going to keep going. It is what it is. I tried. Totally not what I normally set up. You want to see me in action? This could be a train wreck. All right, let me pop out my chat so that I can actually look at my picture. Pop out my chat. It's been a while. I'm rusty, and I'm not using StreamYard, which makes me even more rusty. All right, so there's my picture. You guys can't see it, but if you want to see it, I think I've posted this picture on Instagram and Facebook. I can't show you on my phone because that's what I'm filming with. So this is the basic setup. This is starting from scratch. I do need to look at too many things here. Let me open my YouTube back up. There we go. You can see the canvas. So I'm sorry if I'm going to neglect saying hi to everybody. I'll real quick say hi and then I'm going to get started. Felix, first one in here. Matt, hey. K&R on their 3-week trip, which is just uber exciting. It was good to see them this morning, to see them off. And happy travels, and they're going to be making so many memories. Sonia, hey. Let's see who else is in here. The Dennis Way, hello. Man, it's been forever. Linda Barker, hello, my dear. Mr. Act Now or Never, hello. Shanna Craft, hey. Following the Yellow Brick Road, hey. So guys, I have missed all of y'all. I haven't been live. I don't even know when the last time I was live. I hop on Jerry's all the time. But I don't even go to lives anymore because life is just so busy. Like, we're camp hosting, most of y'all know. So, like, we have campers coming and going. Like right now, I'm looking at 3 or 4 people standing outside talking. I'm live. Hold one moment. I will send it electronically.
Okay, she's going to just send it to you electronically, so okay. She got your email.
Y'all are all good.
You're all good to go. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So we actually had the RV rented this week, and the people are just dropping it off. So it's live. You never know what's going to happen. So I don't know whether or not we can post a link to like Instagram or Facebook, but if any of my mods want to post that picture I'm doing, it's going to be the sunrise with all the tree branches and the leaves coming up. If somebody wants to post a link to that, I'll post it once this is finished and processes. I'll post it, but if anybody wants to post that picture so that you guys kind of get an idea of what I'm doing, that would be awesome. I'm fueling up on some soda. And let me minimize that picture so I can actually see it, because I am not much of a landscape person. I've actually had a lot of flubbed paintings this past week, and Felix has been a big supporter and telling me, oh, it's okay, you think they're bad. But I kept one out that I was working on, and I may go back to it, and I'll show you guys a quick little sneak peek, because it was like everything I did this week, I feel like I was painting it wrong. Let me look. Let me look and see if that's the right one. Open link a new tab. Oh, I love it. Look, gotta love computers. It's taking its time. That's it. So the colors are going to be maybe a little bit different, but yep, that's it. That's it. So back to my failures. So I had a lot of failures. I had a few wins. Let's see what I have here handy, and I'll do a quick little show here and then we can get started. Oh, that's a big failure. Yep, that's a failure. So I was trying to do a bunch of autumn leaves. I was not happy with it. I got really discouraged. I didn't like it. I saved that one. That one I didn't trash. All the other ones I trashed. Let me grab a few more. There was a landscape one I did. I am not totally unhappy with that one, but I definitely have to come back to it. I think I trashed all the other ones. I just get frustrated. I do have one that I did and I'm working on, and it's kind of a surprise. I will give a quick sneak peek of this. This is actually something new I started doing with drawing and painting with Inktense pencils on fabric, and then I will sew them and quilt them into various things. So kind of combining sewing, which I love to do. I haven't done it in a long time. I used to actually have a business doing it, making baby diapers 20 plus years ago, that every once in a while my kids will bring up pictures of me and they say I look like a hippie. But I used to do it and I love to do it, and I stopped doing it, so I'm getting back into it. But here's a sneak peek at a upcoming video that I can't release because this is actually a surprise for the person. And if you guys recognize this pup, I am holding you to it. You do not let them know. I doubt they'll watch this live, and I doubt they'll pop on here, so I think I'm safe with giving a little preview. Whoop, that's it. So that's going to be a fun video that probably won't post until November 1st. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it'll probably be November 1st. So, hey, Kenneth is in here. And all my mods, feel free to please tell everybody hello. So you all saw that picture that Felix posted. It was my on Instagram. That actually was taken just a couple days ago out here one morning. The sun was coming up and I caught a glimpse of it and I thought, oh, I've got to find a way to capture that. Found the yellow brick man made diapers for your babies. Yep, I actually made customized covers. So I made diapers and I made covers. And I had 2 different businesses. I sold one to my parents, and my parents kept it for, they probably did it for a couple years. The very first one was called Heavenly Heinies. So I would applique covers, and it was so fun. And I had a baby in diapers, and we did fleece, and I did all kinds of cool little things. Right now I'm just putting some water on. This is watercolor paper, Arches cold press watercolor paper. And I'm going to do the sky kind of a wet in wet, which means wet paper, wet paint. Notice I haven't put any paint here. I do have my one paint palette here that's full of all kinds of cool colors. So I think I'm going to be doing a mixture. I'm going to go ahead and get my yellow going here. And with watercolor, you work from light to dark. You can't go the other way. And once you've covered something, you can't lighten it. So it's a little tricky sometimes to do. Just because of that, you can't go back. So right now I'm going to have to fill in. I'm going to fill in there, and then down here, I'm just going to bring it on down. Now this is wet on dry. My brush is very wet, but the paper's dry. And this is what you generally call, we call kind of blocking in or underpainting. We're going to underpaint this. This is going to be sky and water. Add a little orange in here. And the colors should just hopefully kind of magically blend, especially in that wet and wet area. They just bloom. Can y'all hear all the campground noise going on? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I think I said the first name was Heavenly Heinies, and that was diapers only. I'm going to let this dry just a little bit. That was pretty much diapers and diapers only. And then I sold that one to my parents, and then I started another one using more natural material. So I did a lot of hemp, 100% cotton. I knitted wool diaper covers, and then wool pants that you could use as a diaper cover, because wool resists moisture, so it worked great as a diaper cover. That one was called Natural Simplicity. So that one I had for a couple years, and I also made soaps and lotions and all of that good stuff too. So yeah, that was my, let's see, I was probably late 20s. And we're not going to talk about how old I am now. I even went back and looked with a friend. We were doing that way back where you can go back and you can look at old websites that are no longer. And we pulled that up and got a good kick out of that. That was pretty funny. So one of the things too with watercolor, if you've ever done it, is you have to let things dry. It's very transparent, so you have to go in layers. Gary's coming in. You can move the boat? Okay. Somebody going in the spot?
Yeah, this big guy with his fifth wheel.
Oh, okay. I'm going to blend this out some more. So your guess is as good as mine how this will turn out, because I don't do landscapes. But I also, that the dog that you got a sneak peek of, that was the first time I've actually done a dog. So I guess anything's possible. Now to do the dark part of the sky, because this has got some kind of menacing dark clouds, I'm actually going to open up a tube of Daniel Smith. The other paints I'm using right now from this palette are Winsor and Newton. Oh, here's the one I want. Which are just, they're really good paints, but Daniel Smith paints are just awesome. They're not cheap. So I get little itty bitty tubes, and it varies. Their cost really depends on what color they are, because some of them are made with some expensive pigments that are a little bit more rare. But like this little tube, which is a, oh gosh, I can't even see I'm too old. I can't see what it says. But it's, I mean, you can see in my hand, it's a tiny, tiny tube. And this is probably a $9 tube of paint for that one. That's called Moon Glow. And I'm just going to add just a little bit of water. We're going to dilute that down. But you can even see in the palette, it kind of separates into all these. You'll see it as it dries too, into all these really cool colors. And it makes really good clouds. Especially clouds that are going to be kind of first thing in the morning clouds. And I'm just checking to see how dry that yellow is, because this is kind of a purpley color, and purple into yellow makes ick. That's a technical term. I can go over that yellow, but I have to really wait until after that yellow is dry. Can y'all see that right now? How it's changing colors. There's like little bits of blue in there, and then there's like that darker purple, and then there's pinks. It separates. It's called a granulating color. I may take a chance here. Let me get a little darker. I just did a blob right in the middle. And you should always make sure you have your paint water not near your painting, because then you do big blobs like that. Checking out the chat. Thank you, Kenneth. Desert Adventures of Arizona. Hello. If I paint anything, it's with house paint. I love to actually paint houses. I'm going to get all excited because, can y'all see? I'll bring this up. Can y'all see that? Can you see all those different colors? Yeah. I'm a nerd. That excites me. And see, that's all still too wet. I'm going to go ahead and start doing a light wash of that color, though, down here, where it's not quite as damp. And this is all underpainting. This is kind of the stage when I paint and I'm like, I don't like this. And a lot of times it goes in the trash. But there's lots of stages to watercolors. And there is a stage where you're like, this is horrible and my 2-year-old could do better. And I forget that all the time. And I really should remind myself of that, because it's very true. And I'm telling you guys that, but I don't practice what I preach. Now this paint in here, this paper is still pretty damp. So I have to kind of be careful that I don't get too much water, because you can kind of see where it will bloom, is what they call it, into all these funky colors. But I think as long as I can keep it kind of light. And I'm using a Prince of Neptune brush for those that care. It's a size 12 round. I will probably do most of this background with this brush. And then when I go in to do some of the details, I'll change that over. Okay, and our destination's beautiful. Thank you, lady. I'm sure it's you because Kyle's probably driving. He better not be driving and watching chat. Not allowed. We had our kitchen raided last night by K&R Destinations because they're going on their big trip. Well, they had everything packed. And you know, also when Kyle offers to cook, you don't say no. All right. So while that's drying, because we're still damp, and I could blow it with a hairdryer, but then y'all would have to listen to a hairdryer, and that would be annoying. I'll just use this moment to chat and see what's going on in there. A painting nerd, but a very talented one. I don't know about that. But thank you for your support. Well, of course they're leaving because you're coming up there. There's a lot of people that are supposed to be coming to visit us. So we're in Hillsdale, Kansas, and it's a big lake. We actually shut down our camping area October 31st. And then we will have to move to there's two other loops that are open, and they stay open year round. So we'll actually be camp hosting there in November and December, and then we head to Florida in January. So we're still up and running, and it's beautiful, and if anybody wants to come visit, we'll find you a spot. It's a little hairy scary sometimes because it's all walk up, so you see a lot of people talking to other campers, and can I put a tent there when you leave, because you have to have a tent in a spot to hold a spot. So there's a lot of wheeling and dealing that goes on in the campground, and we get to sit back and kind of watch, and most of the time it's just funny. But we have spots. I think Roy and Becky might be coming to visit in a couple weeks. I think Scott Jacobs in Appreciation is going to be coming and visiting. We have Aaron Jemison that's going to be stopping by. All these people are going to stop by on their way to other places. So Aaron has got their next job is in Texas, so they're going to leave Iowa and they're going to stop here and visit with us for a little while. And then Roy and Becky and then Scott Jacobs are going to meet up, I believe, here. That may change, but they're going to meet up here and spend, I don't know how long, but a day or two, a couple days, as long as they want, with us here before they head out to Arizona. So that's really, really cool. And of course we have Felix and Jesse coming to see us this weekend, and then we're camping with them at the end of the month because my birthday is this month. It's my birthday month. And they tried to surprise me with a trip, but Jerry can't keep a surprise. Shirley, where will I be in Florida? We're not real positive. Probably a little bit all over. We're going to have Black Pearl with us, so we're taking that, and we'll have the truck. We're kind of looking at staying for about a month in one place and then doing day trips. But I don't know. We hope to go hit all of Florida. Happy place camping. Birthday month. Jerry has loose lips. Yeah, bless his heart. He was so cute when he came in and told me. Linda Barker, guess you're in the middle of the country. I am. So it is kind of nice because a lot of people can come by here. We've met quite a few. Desert Adventures in Arizona. Thumbs up. yeah, we're not really sure what we're going to end up doing. I'm not sure how long we'll stay in Florida. We're there to see my family. My family's all there. So I'm looking forward to seeing my kids. I miss my kids. I miss my mama and my daddy, my sisters. So we're going to spend some time there. But, you know, they're all grown. They all have lives. We don't want to impede on their lives or feel like they're and make them feel like they're obligated to spend time with us. So we'll probably do some visiting, and when we feel like we're starting to wear out our welcome, we may wander out west. We'll just take a southern route, and we've kind of tossed around the idea of going to Arizona, maybe for a week, and then meandering back. We will have to be back to Kansas in March to take over where we're at now. So we got invited to Camp Post again for next year. This is starting. It's starting to dry. If you notice, this paper kind of buckles, and that's kind of one of the signs that you can tell it's starting to dry. I'll show you. This is the paper that I'm using. It's on a pad, so it's all the sides are glued together, which is kind of cool. It keeps it from going too crazy. Let me get y'all straight again here. Oh, wrong way. I don't know if I'll ever do this live again. I gotta figure this out because I hate that y'all are having to look at it in a little itty bitty screen. I'm on the Obrick Road. I'm in Utah near Arches right now, slowly working south to Arizona in the queue. Man, we've been seeing some awesome pictures of Utah and Montana. It really makes me want to get out there. All right, so I don't know if you can still see that picture, if you want to go back to that Instagram picture, but in that picture, there's a line that runs through. This is going to be the horizon. So this is the water line and then the tree line up. So that's really dark, and I don't like to use black. And I'm actually going to layer this, so I'm going to start to draw in that line a little bit. I'm hoping it's not wet where it would bleed. I think I'll use this other brush. I don't want it to bleed too much, but if it bleeds a little bit, it's okay because it's watercolor. And if I don't like this, it'll end up in the trash. Because, you know, well, I don't like that brush either. See, I have brush indecision. So I'm going to actually go in and use a thicker consistency. It's more like a coffee cream, just to get this line drawn out. And it's a little wonky because my paper looks like it's fairly level for you guys. Actually, there we go, a little bit more for you. But it is way crooked for me. So for me to draw a straight line is going to be kind of difficult. Desert Adventure, watching paint dries okay with me, much better than watching grass grow. That's true. Our grass has stopped growing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just do a quick little horizon line. And it's bleeding a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'll bring it up a little bit. Since it's on autofocus, it's going to focus anyway. But if you guys can see up in here where it's starting to bleed a little bit, I'm okay with that. It's just because that paper is still pretty damp. And Jerry's back. He had to go move the boat. So there's going to be the water line. I guess I need to move it over a little more so you can see it better. Boop, boop, boop. Am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. This is hysterical. Y'all, I'm gonna make everybody nauseous and dizzy and everything else. So there's my water line in the picture. And I'm just going to go back in with a little bit more thick of that paint. And this is a fabulous looking brush. I know y'all probably are like, it's a brush. It's a fun brush. You're gonna see me using, that's what I'm gonna use for a lot of the leaves. And I'm gonna draw in kind of the darkness of the trees that are on the other side. But when the sun's coming up, you really can't see like the true tree. You just see the shadow because the sun was coming up behind that. So I'm just going to be bringing in a little line here. It's really pretty flat over there. It's Kansas after all. Just for the sake of doing it, I'll do a few little wiggles. I'll come back in and kind of fill those in. So that gives you just kind of the background of what that lay of the land is. So that's sky, this will be water, and hopefully it'll look more like water soon. Thanks, Felix. Felix was the one that was telling me I should go live. Sometimes I'll listen to her advice because she's really pretty smart. I'm just going to go in here now and just kind of add some definition to some of these clouds and make them look more like clouds and not just blobs. So I'm going to put some of these darker lines into it, and then I'll come in and I'm going to blend it out. Dig into my never-ending supply of brushes here. The one I'm looking for. I used it yesterday now and I can't find it. Oh, this is it, I think. This is it. So this is just a little short one. This is actually real hair. I don't think I want to know what kind of hair it is. I think it's sable or something. I don't know. That would be all the artsy fartsy people would know that. It's not me. I just play. I pretend I know what I'm doing. My water's getting dirty. I might have to have Jerry come and help me here. I'm just gonna make some of these clouds. Lighten them up, darken them up. And then we're going to be putting some of that also down here. So let's just kind of seeing if we can make them not just look like little blobs. Hey, Victoria. Victoria, your book is on its way to Mayberry. So K&R Destinations took ownership of it yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and they're gonna get some signatures, and then they'll leave it with somebody there. But it's pretty full. It's getting a lot. Got a lot of people have signed it. You got lots of awesome messages. Thanks, Felix, for showing that picture. Do a little wiggle wiggle. Clouds are not my thing either. Actually, I keep saying that. I don't really know what my thing is. I just have fun. I have fun. Sometimes the paint cooperates, sometimes it doesn't. Victoria Mag, can't wait till it gets home again. Yeah, you got a lot in there. You got a lot of reading. It'll be a nice, if you get that, to do like a nice little live and kind of share what everybody wrote for you. Because you had a lot of nice, it was a great idea, a lot of nice comments. So again, I have the picture up. I'm looking at it. I'm not going to follow it 100%. But I will definitely, I'm using it as a guide for some of the colors mainly. We're in the ugly stage of the painting. So y'all just remind me that when I get ready to ball it up and throw it away. It's just the ugly stage, Sherry. It's okay. It's the ugly. This guy's coming together a little bit. I don't know how long this is going to go, because technically I think I have to get back to work here soon. Jerry's minding the camp. And I can see out the window watching him drive around. He's having the time of his life. Which Felix did an awesome trailer. If y'all haven't seen that, she did this really spectacular trailer. Am I going to do the dove coming down the rays of sunshine sometimes? Yes. Yeah, I just have to I have to psych myself up for some pictures. I have a little bit of a, I'll say it, I have a little bit of a self-confidence issue. I don't think I can do something, and then I try it, and sometimes it comes out good, and sometimes it comes out horrendous, and then when it comes out really horrible, I kick myself, and then it takes me a while to do anything. I'm actually going to look at this. This is the paints that I'm using, and I want to get a color match, so I think I'm going to go with this burnt sienna light and then some of the Aussie Red Gold. So this is Aussie Red Gold, which is one of my favorite colors. It changes color too and looks all cool. And let me see, burnt sienna light. That's not it. That's not it. Well, maybe I'll just start with it. Maybe I'll just start with one. I hope nobody else is on live right now, because this was kind of just an impromptu. I didn't have a video to post for this afternoon or today, and I thought, well, why don't I just give this a shot? Worst case scenario is it's an utter failure. And a lot of my paintings have been that anyway lately, so. Isn't that a pretty color? I just love that color. Aussie Red Gold, Daniel Smith. Love it. Watercolor is also, I think I talked about how it's layers. So because it's a transparent medium, you have to do layers. And they kind of show through, which makes it amazingly fun to work with and also extremely frustrating to work with. I'm gonna add a little yellow in here. I want a less neon yellow and a more of a normal, natural yellow. And this is still a little damp, but not too bad. A lot more water in there. And you don't have light colors in watercolor. You have, if you want a color to be lighter, you use more water. See, I just totally diluted that down, added a lot more water to it. And now I got myself a light yellow. And down here in the front of where that water is, it was lighter, and then as it goes up, we get darker. Until we get to that sunset area, or the sunrise, and we get pretty dark. And I just blob my water. There we go. Disaster averted. I hear a Jerry. I'll hear a Jerry. Everything good?
Yeah.
Good? Good.
A lot of moving around, but got it done.
I'm watching. There's a lot of moving. I'm going to bring some of these colors up here in the sky.
That's beautiful, by the way. I'm watching you.
Thank you, sweetie. He comes in all the time when I'm painting. He's like, that looks so good. And then later on he comes in and he's like, let me see. And I'm like, it went in the trash. It is what it is. Hey, Fred. How are you doing? Happy Place Camping. You would like to see what I've... I make sure that nobody can see it. Every once in a while I'll save one because I'll think, okay, I'll try to go back and fix it. But I just get frustrated. Alright, so I need to add in some other colors down in here closer to that horizon line. And then we'll work on the water down here. And we'll work on a little bit more on the clouds and deepen those up and see what we can do. How long has this been going on? I don't know. Who knows? I'm actually not worried too much about it. Unless Jerry needs help, and then I might have to skedaddle. Alright. So we're gonna go with... what is this one? Quadacro magenta. Yeah, I don't think I want magenta. That's not good. Deep scarlet was more what I was looking at. And we'll start out with more water and less paint. There we go. That's what it needed. And I'm going over that kind of tree line a little bit too, because I will darken that up. So right now where I'm painting this water at is considered wet on wet because this paint is still pretty wet. I'm just adding more and more layers. Tiny magenta never hurt anyone. No, I may throw a little bit of magenta in there, but it'll be mixed with something else. And blend some of that out so it's not quite so streaky. So I'm just going water, kind of dampening my brush because don't want it drippy. I'm just blending it up. And I'll do something similar when I get back down here in that water. I got a cord hanging down. My phone was a little low, so I didn't want it to die. Now, once I get all of this kind of background area done, I'm gonna have to let this dry. So we'll have to we'll either chit chat for a while, and y'all just have to bear with me because I can't do the leaves in the foreground until it's pretty dry. That's the beginning of it. I need to go in here and do something with this neon yellow, which I don't like. Let's just add a little more depth in there and get rid of that. Going back and forth with that yellow and the orange. There we go. It's getting there. Yeah, I feel like watching the colors change. I could just sit here and paint backgrounds all the time because watching the colors and watching them do their thing geeks me out a little bit. I have a fly in here now. He's gonna drive me crazy. All right, so now I've got that. I kind of want that to dry before I do anything more. I want to add some more like fluffy parts of the cloud because right now it looks like mountainy clouds. But I'm going to work a little bit here with creating some kind of definition in this water down here. And this is pretty dry. I'll have to be careful when I get up here because that's pretty wet. But it's coming along. Kyle and Ryan, they know this view well because I was probably 2 campsites away from their spot when I took this picture. I waddled right down to the shore. Let's see, I don't think I got Moon Glow. I want something that's going to be a little more blue. And all of the blues I have on this palette, they're pretty blue. They're pretty vibrant. I don't want that. Lunar blue, where are you hiding? That's not it. Oh, found it. No, that's not. That's Mayan blue. That would probably work. I think I want lunar. It's got to be in here. It's hiding. Oh, here it is. It's because it looks like it's got a black lid. All right. So I'm going to go back to my favorite brush. They're all my favorites. Adding some water. I don't know if y'all can see that one. That's another one that is just really super changes colors. Look at this one. See, y'all are going to really think I'm afraid, but look at that right here. Look at all the colors that that's turned into. Got it up close. Isn't that cool? And it does that on your paper sometimes. And that's just really, really cool. Let's see. I'm going to start out really light with that. Kind of how I did the other water. I'm just going to do some lines. And then I might go back and blend more. Now I have to be careful because you remember in school, what did they tell you blue and yellow made? So I don't really want to have green water. The lake doesn't have a swamp. Is it swampy? In some places, the water might be green. Yeah. The water level is really low right now, so when we went out to magnet fish yesterday, there was some funky looking stuff floating around. Some chunky things that I'm pretty sure shouldn't have been chunky. It shouldn't have been floating around. Too much water. Hey, Red. Once this dries a little more up here, I'll add a little bit more of that dark. Ooh, me and that cord. Wish there was a way I could suspend my cord without making y'all like nauseous because I keep hitting it. It's not giving me much room. Now there is no really true white watercolor. So when I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna add some highlights to this water and make it look a little more like water, I can't, there's no white watercolor. So in order for me to do that, I have to use gouache, which I think I have a tube of it here. And it is permanent white. It is the closest you can get to a watercolor that's opaque that I can show up. Or I could also use like a white gel pen, which a lot of people do when they're doing this. We'll see. That is if it makes it so it doesn't go in the trash. It's always a possibility. Absolutely. Go on over and see Roy and Becky. I didn't mean for this to go on as long as it's going on. I've lost track of time. It's already 12 o'clock. Dang. So I'm adding a little bit of indigo in here. Thank you, Felix, for throwing links in for me. Just gonna do some little cloud work here. I'm surprised I haven't seen my mama pop in. I probably should have told her I was going live. You know how notifications go. She don't always get a notification. I know what I need to do. This whole area up here, I need to give a little bit more depth. So I'm going to go in and do like a yellow wash color. It's a whole nother layer of color. Some of that. More water. I know you're probably looking at it like, oh my God, she's ruining it. Could be. This could be the end. This could be what causes me to toss it in the trash. Thank you, Kenneth. But I'm going to let that part dry because I just needed to do something to kind of bring some light to the sky, and then I can go back and add some more deep shadows. Because in the picture, it's very vibrant. And so when you go over a painting with like a one color like this, it's they call it a glaze. Here I am talking like I know what I'm doing. It's a glaze. It also can cause me to have green water. I'm not too careful. Kenneth is the master of being in two places at once. I don't know how he does it, but he does it, and he does it amazing. Maybe I can work a little bit on defining some of these clouds. And Red, I need your address, or I know you're on the road. I need to know where I can send you something because you are a channel member. And channel members get goodies. And so I need a way to get you a goodie. I'm not liking this up here. Clouds ain't my thing. You would think that. I think I can do blue fluffy clouds. These aren't blue and fluffy. These are kind of like weird, wispy, blobby, stormy, glowy. Look at that blue. Here we are, back. Look, we got yellows, purples, pinks. That blue's got all kinds of funky colors. It's magical. Oh, look at that one. It's reds and yellows. Geeking out again. Okay, so I have to kind of let this dry. I may try to darken up this. That's lunar blue. I don't want lunar blue. I don't want that. I just saw what I wanted. I want, it's called neutral tint. That's not neutral tint. That's not neutral tint. I think I need to buy something to store these things in so I can see them. What do you think? So our post office guy, oh, here's neutral tint. Post office guy told Jerry the other day that he finally got rid of somebody who got a lot of stuff through Amazon, because we have a P.O. box, And he finally got rid of somebody who, or stopped, you know, they moved and they stopped using the P.O. box. And he's like, for once, for a little while, brief period of time, I didn't have somebody getting Amazon all the time. He's like, well, Sherry's taking her place. And it's not like it's every day, because we don't even go to the P.O. box, but maybe once a week. So it just adds up. And he acts like it's all me. It ain't all me. Y'all know Jerry. It's okay if I geek a little. Yeah, I geek a little when it comes to that. Alright, so I am going to actually go in. This is neutral tint. It's kind of a neutrally gray. It's a little too dark. It's almost color. I wouldn't say it's a gray, a black, but it definitely adds like a dark shade, but it doesn't lean towards blues or reds. So a lot of grays will lean towards like a blue gray or a red gray. This one is neutral, so it really doesn't have either. It's kind of right there in the middle, and it works good if you add it to other colors for shadows. I'm using my favorite little brush. Yep, see, every time y'all go shaky shaky, it's because my paintbrush hits the cord keeping my phone charged. I'm sorry about that. But no phone charging means no live, because this has got to be off of my phone. So right now it's nice and even. I am going to dry off my brush and just kind of flick a little bit. You probably can't see that because it's not close up. But I have a dry brush, and I'm just going into that paint with the very, very tip of this and just bringing it up, because you really can't see trees per se, but you can see that the edge is fuzzy because there's trees on the other side. So I'll go over here a little bit more. The paint's a little wetter over here, so it's blurring out a little bit. It's wetter. It's fine. Blurred is good. Felix, how many lives are you in right now? Just bring that up. Now something I'm gonna try. I have never done this before, but I want to kind of show where the trees could be reflecting a little bit into the water. So I think I'll use my little short brush. I'll try it right here. That's not what I wanted. I wonder if I just go in with water. Sorry, y'all, just got all bouncy again. I'll just do a line of water here. then I come in with just a little bit of this. And see if I can't get it to bleed down a little. It really bothers me that I can't get y'all to get a close up here. Now let's see if we can get gravity to work in our... Yeah, maybe. Maybe that worked. I don't know. I don't think. Well, that's working a little bit. Huh, just a dabby dabby. Tried all that, and that's what all it took, was me just to dab it. Interesting. Cloud right here is bothering me. It's got a harsh line, and I don't like that line. Let's see if I can buff it out. Buff it out. No, it's just gonna look ugly. How about we blot it out? I don't think that got any better. Bye, Linda. Yeah, Red, you get something. And I actually meant to give it to you while we were in Branson. And I totally didn't. So I'm going to let this dry. This is pretty wet. So if we want to chit chat, if you guys want to hang out with me, that's awesome. If you don't want to hang out with me, that's also awesome. And I'm going, because I have to paint the foreground here. And I can't do that while it's still, I have paint on my fingernails. I was cleaning my stuff while it's still wet. And then I got to figure out what color I'm going to do that. I don't know. I don't even know how long. It's been going on, an hour and a half. Dang. Oh, there is the cutest little, there's a truck that just pulled up where they have two lab dogs in the back of their truck, and they've got a boat. They're hooked up to the boat. They're getting ready to go out. And you can tell those dogs are just itching to get in that water. It's so fun. Hey, Timmy Ray. So yeah, channel perks. If I'm going to start doing these lives, we'll do some lives one-on-one. Well, not one-on-one, but members only. And then everybody who's a channel member actually gets art from me. So I need addresses to get artwork to you. And there's not many of you guys, so there's really no reason for me not to be able to get it to you. All right. I'm impatient. Dry. I'm going to be using my favorite brush for this with fairly concentrated paint. I'm actually going to move that water. I'm going to move my water. I'm surprised I haven't had an accident already with it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to move this so that it's straighter. There you go. How's that? Oh, I should turn this around. Ooh, that was loud. That view okay? You got 2 live streams going at the same time. Way to go, Timmy. You are a live stream master. I am playing with an inky looking mess right now. It's actually probably a little too watery. We're gonna start off, it's a little bit more dry over here, so I'm gonna do some through here. That's not too bad. It's a little bit more wet over there. I wanna hold off on doing that side. Basically, the picture I took is you're looking through some leaves. So we're just going to start off here at the bottom. This is always like the scariest. Here we go. Scary. Sitting there going, which way do I want to go? To get my point right. You can see up here where the water is still on the paper, it starts getting a little fuzzy, so I have to be real careful that we don't fuzz out. Just get some stems going. See how this brush does. So when you're doing the fine lines, you just have to go with the very tip of your brush and widen that one. Hey, Lily. It usually I let them dry overnight, but like I'm impatient, so I don't normally do that. But you really should let things dry like overnight. But I have a problem with being patient. I think I've said that a few times now. So dry to the touch usually is maybe an hour, depending on how much water you've used. But dry is about 24 hours. Especially if I have it on one of these blocks, because this block is 20 sheets of paper all compressed into one. And so underneath, the water, the paint doesn't go through, and the water just goes through enough to kind of make it cool and damp. But it takes longer if it's on the block. But the benefit of putting it on the block and doing it this way is that the paper doesn't buckle as bad. No, you wouldn't have patience for overnight. I don't have patience for overnight. I almost don't have patience for watercolor, which that's one of the problems is it's not like acrylic where you can paint over things and just change the colors. So if you don't like something in an acrylic painting, you can paint over it. And almost like you can start from scratch. With watercolor, you literally have to start from scratch. You can't paint over it. Unless it's something like you're doing transparent layers like what I've been doing. This is still damp over here. Maybe I'll start doing a few leaves. So acrylic painting is a lot more forgiving. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot more forgiving, but I'm a glutton for punishment. I got a bunch of new brushes and they're super fine. I don't like them. Maybe I just need to use them more. But for these little leaves, I think I'm gonna have to. Because they're really little. Can y'all even see those leaves? Really, thank you. Yeah, acrylic painting, it's really fun. I love acrylic painting. But like I said, I must be a glutton because I tend to do watercolor. I have been having fun though doing the fabric painting. That's been real fun. I'm not going to put a ton of leaves on here. Just something to, at least on this side. I'm going to do some bigger leaves up at the top. But hopefully, yeah, good, you can see the leaves. What I'm going to do the one big branch. He's pretty much coming out of here. I'm going to take a chance. I need to go back over that. It's scary. You're drawing lines right through the middle of what you're doing that you spent now an hour and a half working on. Deep breath, and you do it. Now I am going to practice something real quick. I'm going to get one of my scraps. Let me get one of my failures. We'll use the back of it so you don't see the failure. I'm going to practice a leaf. Let's see. Yeah, see, I wasn't sure how that brush would do for this. I have another brush. It's another favorite. This one's called a cat tongue brush. Because it looks like it's like a cat tongue. I don't know. Oscar's tongue doesn't look like that. Which, oh, speaking of Oscar. Oscar had a traumatic event yesterday. Let's see how that one works. I need more water on my brush. I don't know if I like that one either. So back to Oscar, squirreling here. We had a yellow jacket that got in the house yesterday, and I am allergic, like allergic as you can get. EpiPen, Benadryl on hand all the time, and he was flying around, and I thought I got him. I got the fly swatter out, and I thought I got him. Well, I didn't. He must have like staggered with his half alive body, but apparently stinger that still works, to the middle of the rig, and poor little Oscar got his first yellow jacket sting right on his mouth. I thought it got his paw because I heard him make this horrible noise. And you guys know, like when pets hurt or they get hurt, like the noises that they make is just awful. And I heard him make that noise. I've never heard him sound like that. And so, of course, I went to go see what it was, and he was just like licking his paw. And I thought, oh, what did he do to his paw? And occasionally he gets his nails caught in the carpet. So I thought, well, maybe he just ripped a nail. Well, then I looked right next to him, and there was that stinking yellow jacket, which I did call him a few other names because you hurt my baby. And proceeded to kill the yellow jacket. And then I look over at Oscar, and his one side of his little cute mustache was all swollen. So that dang bee stung him right on his mouth. I was mad. I was ticked. I don't know what it is right now. We've got like bees like crazy. You would think, like, we're getting cool at night. You would think that we wouldn't have that many bees. But, yep. I watched him. He licked and licked and licked at his mouth. And he was pretty swollen up until probably about 9 o'clock last night. So the poor baby. At least he's not like his mama. He's not allergic to him. I don't know if animals have that same type of allergies like people do. But luckily he didn't. I'll give a couple more little. I hope this is turning out. Today he's doing good. He looks fine. I could see in his mouth. He let me look in his mouth. Yesterday he wouldn't let me touch his mouth. But I looked in his mouth this morning, and you could see right on the inside of his lip, like right where I guess a person would have what they call that your Cupid's bow, like right where your little lip turns in. I could see where he got stung. And it was still a little swollen there. But he's acting all normal. I'm not real happy with these. Oh well. I think it looks better. It looks better. Y'all's view looks better than what I'm seeing. Stupid bees, wasps. Bye, Red. Thanks for hanging out. I think I'm probably going to wrap this up here in a few minutes anyway. Because if I go on to 1 o'clock, that's 2 hours. Going over some of these same lines because they've kind of faded out. When watercolor dries, it gets lighter. So what I probably will do is finish some of this off camera. Some of the little details, I'll finish it off camera, and then I will post an updated picture on my community tab. Plus, I have to use the potty too. I'll do it right until, I'll do it for another 15 minutes because I definitely have enough details I can do. Lots of little leaves. Also, if anybody has managed to stick with this live and you're hearing me talk about it right now and you're posting comments afterwards, I just might do a little drawing to give this away. What you think about that? Hey, Candy. Hey, How to Garden. I could do that. People who watch the live can watch the video to see the end, and people who watch the video can come back and watch the live to see the first part. Yeah. So maybe if you leave a comment after the video, what do you think about that, Felix? So if you comment after the live in the comment sections, well, this is YouTube. This is not going to take forever to process like StreamYard. Maybe we could do that. Because I can't do a giveaway right now. Because, well, I just can't. Not while I'm doing this. I'd like to give it away, though. I got so many pictures here, I don't know what to do with. I give them away all the time. I don't know what else to do with them. Thank you, Sheena. Filling in some leaves. Y'all hear my stomach growling? I might also need to eat. Yeah, people who comment on the live can be in the drawing. You can do the drawing at the end of the video showing you painting the rest of the picture. That sounds perfect. So I can just do, you can do a video of the drawing. Is that what I'm reading? Yeah. At the end of the video showing. So that would work. That would work. He's so smart. I don't know why Jerry pays you all those big bucks. I really hope y'all can't hear my stomach growling. That'd be kind of embarrassing. Hey, Cubston. About 7 more minutes and then we'll be done. And then I'll continue after I take my potty break. I'll continue doing this, video it, and then we'll do a little drawing. But that'll be a whole separate entity. Yep, you get those big bucks. Hi, Iron Antler. Yeah, because there's some, I also want to do some highlights in this water, which I'll have to do that after all this is dry. I don't know. What do you think, Felix? You think I'm done? I have 4 minutes and my computer's dying because I don't have that plugged in. Let me finish this one right here. Thank you, Ford Man. Oh, thank you, Felix. All right, so we're right at pretty much 2 hours. And it's not all the way done, but I think it's pretty close to being done. I need to really let it dry before I do any more detail. I'll kind of bring it up a little bit. so you guys can kind of see a little closer. It doesn't look exactly like the picture I was trying to do, but it looks pretty close. This is a keeper. So I'm going to go off the live now, and if you've watched up until now and you come back and you rewatch it, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about doing these more often. Now, I mean, watercolor painting is slow, so that was like a 2-hour commitment. So let me know if you are interested in me doing more of these live. And what I will do is those comments, I'll give it a week. I'll finish what I'm doing. I'll finish this painting. I'll give it a week. I'll make a little video. I will draw name from those people that have commented. And whoever I draw, I will video it. I'll send this to you as a gift for your feedback and for your participation and for just being so awesome. So let me know what you think. I appreciate all you guys. It's been a long time since I've been live, but now you kind of see what I've been doing. And let me know what you think. I love y'all, and I can't wait to see everybody again. And I'm also going to probably make you nauseous when I shut this off because I don't know what I'm doing. And I have to stand up. Let's see. And I have to grab my phone. All right, so you're getting ready to go a little wonky. I have to take you off the thing. Let's see. Oh, I can do this. Look at that. There's the close-up. There's all my paints. There's my stash. There you go. Show me, but I look kind of scary right now. Oh, here you go. Scary me. Back to that. All right. See you guys later. I love you.